Hi guys, I'm Pit, your VR boxing coach, and today we'll see how to behave when you fight an aggressive opponent. If the guy is tall, strong, quick, sometimes you will feel overwhelmed. So how to handle a guy like this? And in fact, it can be in VR boxing. This is all the same, right? If you have enough room to play your game, I will give you some advice to fight a guy like this. So this is me in vacation. This was my first week of vacation this year, and I was so happy. I was in the mountain, so when you go in the mountain and you come from the town, you will feel a difference in the breathing capacity. So the first week is atrocious. The first week is so hard on your lungs and cardio, so don't be amazed by the difference when you train in town or at sea level, if you say, than when you train in the mountain. So here I think I was in the 900 meters altitude. So the best way to improve your game when it deals with strategy is to work on your shadow boxing. So that's why VR boxing is the best way to work, because you have a virtual opponent and you won't get hurt. But when you are outside in vacation or something, you want to train your shadow boxing. When you shadow box, you have to imagine a virtual opponent, if you will. So the virtual guy in front of you will move around, will go back and forth. So you have to counter, you have to move around, and you have to follow the rhythm of this guy. This is not your rhythm. This is the rhythm of the guy you imagine. So for a violent opponent, an aggressive opponent, you will do a special shadow boxing which is based on the defense, right? So the best strategy here is to move back when you box, and you have to pivot on your feet. So moving back and pivot, and sometimes you pivot with a check hook. That means when you pivot on your feet, you do a check hook, and it works on both sides. So you have to train on both sides, right? So watch this clip in normal speed and then I will comment on it. So in this minute of shadow boxing, I'm going a little bit fast, but all the techniques are clean, and I will explain technique by technique what I'm doing. So the first thing you want to train is the check hook, and the check hook is pretty easy, but you have to follow the footwork here. So you have to change and pivot and hook. So if you know what capoeira is, it's a Brazilian martial arts, and when I was like 18, I was doing some capoeira. So in boxing, it's pretty similar when you do a pivot and check hook. So you start from your guard, and then you see my other foot at the same level here, with a slight level change, right? And then the other foot is going back, And then here I'm anchored on the ground and I'm doing my hook. Here it is. So at slow speed, you can train this way. And if you know capoeira, it's exactly the same thing. And it's pretty efficient to train. So do this thing, like repeat it and write it to your brain. The second thing you want to do is to learn to go back, to move back when punching. So here I'm checking the hooks, okay, coming from the side, and I'm trying to synchronize the feet and the elbow from the same side. So here, 1, 2, 1, 2, and pivot. Same thing, 1, 2, 1, 2, and pivot. So do that hundreds of times. It's pretty important because this is the start from what's coming next, okay? And then you can combine the two at slow speed. 1, 2, 1, 2. Pivot, check hook. And take a lot of space to do that. Every time I punch, I'm anchored to the ground. So don't float. When I do that, I'm parrying a body blow. It's pretty common in Thai boxing. And I pivot in the same time. So here. It can be middle kick parrying. Or a tip, like a front kick. Capoeira stand. And be very flexible on your feet. And you can try to go back with your feet at the same time. And look at those little steps. Step by step, but very quick. I don't extend my elbow. And I'm avoiding to jump. I want to be as clean as possible. So if you feel more comfortable to go very slow, do that. It's always better to go slow and then accelerate when you feel comfortable. And lateral step and side steps are pretty important. So you have to imagine someone who is like very violent and he go always in front of you, and you have to go around and avoid the primal fights. Another thing you can do when you are like trapped in the corner is to push the guy directly. That means you have to be like very fast because you can take a punch or two, like uppercut or a lost hook. So here it is, you defend and you push. 1, 2, you defend and you push. Push. Actually, it's pretty easy to set up and it's pretty efficient. So don't think that you have to go all around. Sometimes it's better to push and to guard. This was a good pivot. So here I'm like going in a direction and it's a feint. So I go around and it's pretty clean. It's a clean technique. So here again, I'm going on the left, but no, it's a feint. Here I check the body blow and I turn. And then you can go for a hook or something, what you want. But feints are always a good thing. But yeah. Okay, now once again the first sequence so you can see what I'm doing. Pivot, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, going back, poo, check hook, poo. Check hook, check hook, defending, rotating, and pivot. So the next time you go to a gym, a boxing gym, try to observe. And when a guy is doing shadow boxing, does he do that? Does he do that? Or is he just being static? Or is he just moving forward? 99% of the time you will see the guy moving forward or being static when shadow box. And this is not a good thing. This is not a good thing because sometimes you're just overwhelmed by the guy in front of you and you can always move forward. It's impossible. So you will be in great difficulty if you believe you won't be in difficulty, right? So practice that every day of your life and you can be sure in 1 year, 2 years or 3 years you will be amazing in the ring because you will move backwards very quickly and defend and impose your pace because an aggressive opponent will impose his rhythm and you have to compensate this fact that you're not the guy with a bigger cardio. So shadowboxing is your best friend and I advise you to do that every day of your life. That's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you are interested by this channel, please subscribe and activate this little bell you found at the bottom of the video. Thank you all and don't forget, keep boxing.